Okay, it is May 27th, 2013 at 12:32 p.m. And I'm going to call the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Department. Hi, how are you doing today?
Very good, how are you?
Super, can't complain on a crappy day like today.
Yeah, what's going on?
I was going to ask you, you guys have a lot of lakes up there, and I heard this boating story, and I just want to know if this sounds plausible or not.
Okay.
Supposedly this guy's out on one of those smaller boats, older, like a runabout or something like that.
Okay.
And I think it holds like 6 people. And supposedly they had 6 people and a couple of dogs, and it was supposed to be all crystal clear water and at dusk. And supposedly the motor dies. It's like a 75 horse motor, and they said they weren't screwing around or weren't maxing out the throttle, but supposedly the engine died and then the front end tipped into the water, so they started taking on water, so they rushed toward the back end, and then the back end sinks into the water like the Titanic, and so it's the motor, I suppose, is sitting in the water, and it's sitting straight up and down, and then it flops over backwards.
Okay.
I mean, does that sound reasonable? I mean, it doesn't sound very reasonable to me.
It makes sense.
Okay.
What's going on? Did you lose a boat or what?
No. This is something that happened a while ago. So.
Well, it actually does make a lot of sense. You don't have to be goofing around or anything, and you can be headed into the wind, and you can start taking on water pretty quick in a boat.
Right.
You have floated down. And if you ran to the back, and all that water you just took on runs to the back, it's just more weight.
Right.
I sunk one about 3 weeks ago doing the same thing.
Right. But see, the thing is, they said it was totally calm out.
I don't know. Like I said, it sounds like it could be real.
Okay. It could be, but not necessarily.
I can't speculate on it.
Well, I understand that. But see, the thing is, some of the people in the party have a history of drug and alcohol and speeding.
Okay.
So, I mean, it kind of sounds more improbable once you hear the character of the people, doesn't it?
Again, I don't know. I can't really speak to their character, but it does sound like something that could happen. Is there something I can help you with?
No, well, it's I understand you guys have a boat rescue operation up there, so that's why I was figuring if I talk to someone of your dive team or whatever, see if it sounds reasonable.
Are you missing a boat, or what's going on?
No, I'm not missing a boat. Like I said,
Well, we certainly do have a rescue team. We call them out in emergencies if we would have an accident or if someone would be drowning or...
Right.
I guess I'm trying to figure out exactly where you're going with this.
Well, like I said, it's just something that I read about, and I thought it seemed strange, seeing so, I looked up the names of the people in it, like I said, and they have, extensive criminal records, for drunk driving and drugs and, speeding, so I guess, like I said, I thought it was awful suspicious. Oh, and then it was, it's over a holiday weekend on top of it. So, I mean, that really is...
So it was, what weekend was it then? This weekend?
No, it was Labor Day.
Is there something you know that you're not telling me? Because I feel like I'm not getting the whole story here.
Well, I obviously I haven't told you the whole story. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Well, in order for me to help you out, I'm going to need to either know the whole story or you to tell me what you think the police department should do.
Well, like I said, I'm just trying to say if there's some dive team people there, I'd like to talk to them about it. Do you have any of those people?
Yeah, I'd have to write up a call, and then we'd have to get a deputy attached to it.
Okay.
And then that deputy would have to determine whether or not you need to speak with a boat rescue officer.
Okay.
We have a team, and they're an emergency call-out team. They don't just sit here with us.
Okay.
They need to be called out. It's a lot like a SWAT team.
Okay. So there's some of you...
Something that we can just give you a phone number and have you call them.
Okay. Okay. So none of those guys happen to be on duty then today?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, that's a specialty thing. We make special call-outs, and
Right.
there's state money that goes into their being on shift, so.
Right, but I understand it's 1 sergeant, 5 deputies, and 3 interns. So, I mean, I presume they're all part of your regular squad.
Yeah, I guess I'm not following you there, but
Well,
I'll write up a report for you. You just gotta let me know what's going on.
Well, the thing is, it's actually when your team was on a call back in 2011,
Okay?
and you helped to pull out a body out of a lake down by Morris or Hancock,
Okay?
and so that's this story I was telling you about is one of the statements made by one of the individuals that was made after the funeral. After they buried the guy who had drowned, and
So so what you just described is
it's in a police report.
something that happened here.
No.
We investigated in 2011.
It's something that happened in Stevens County that you guys helped pull the body out of.
Okay.
So, but that's originally the story in the newspaper was that they had no idea how it happened and that absolutely no alcohol was involved. Or let's see, what did they actually say here? That there was no indication Monday evening that drugs or alcohol played a role in the incident. It's unclear why the boat capsized, said the sheriff, adding that he had no indication Monday evening that drugs or alcohol played a role in the incident. Hancock, Minnesota police chief drowns when boat sinks. September 5th, 2011. Okay? But like I said, some of the people who that are mentioned in the report have extensive drug and alcohol records.
Okay, so there's more to the story than they know.
Well, they didn't investigate it until after the funeral.
Okay. Well, I hate to say it, but I think you may have explained this all to the wrong county, because ultimately if it happened in Stevens County, they'll be the ones who investigate it, and will ultimately be the ones that are going to reinvestigate it if they have more information.
Well, and the thing is, from what I was reading in the statement, it seemed like the deputy took this statement a few hours after the funeral, which seems odd to me. You'd think that you'd be taking statements from people at the time of the incident, so, and then, of course, there's a picture of a beer can, or a couple of beer cans, it appears, next to the boat. So I don't know why the sheriff would be saying there's no indication of alcohol if there's beer cans there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, ultimately it's going to be Stevens County that's going to reopen this if it needs to be, so.
Okay.
I would probably start there. If they think they need any help as far as what our guys may have come across, they can call us. It's called an agency assist, and we'll send an officer and do what we need to do, but that's going to come from Stevens County. We can't dive into that from where we are.
Okay. Even though, I mean, you have your own incident reports on the situation, don't you?
I'm not even certain. I don't even know. What's the victim's last name?
Heikkinen, Heikkinen.
First name?
Donald.
No, we don't have anything on him.
Okay. So typically when you go out on a call, you don't write up any reports on it?
They may have done a supplemental for another agency, but it's not in ours.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I appreciate your help, and you have a great rest of the day.
You bet. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.